Alrighty, welcome back to our KINOWEEN Madness reviews. It's our shameless ripoff of the AVGN series where I watch a horror movie that I haven't seen before and I either recommend it to you as something to get you in the mood for the Spooktober season or I tell you it's a piece of shit to avoid. We're talking about weapons, and I just filmed the Sinners review, and I decided, I got into it, and I decided we may as well talk about weapons. These are the two movies, Weapons and Sinners, that we're being told are the greatest horror movies of the year, maybe the greatest horror movies of all time, and I just couldn't help but disagree. I'll be honest, the Final Destination movie this year, I enjoyed far more than either of these movies. But we'll talk about them. Weapons is the follow up to Barbarian, which Barbarian I kind of thought was mid when it came out. A lot of people praised it. I thought it was just okay. And this is one where maybe it's a bit better than Barbarian, but also I think it's just kind of okay. If you watch this movie, are you going to feel like you had your time stolen and you were ripped off? No. But if you come in with these sky high expectations of what people have hyped this up to be, I feel like you're going to be a little disappointed. And this is another one of these horror movies that's not really scary, that's more funny than anything, especially towards the end of the movie. It downright devolves into full-on fucking slapstick. In the final sequence where the kids are chasing the antagonist and they're smashing through doors and fucking windows, and then they go full zombie. I don't want to spoil everything, but this movie starts off so strongly where there's such a good mystery here. And you're just ooh, what's the payoff going to be? This has been hyped up big time. Everybody's talking like, whoa, what's this going to be? Is this going to be something really new and interesting we haven't seen before? And ultimately what it turns out to be is just kind of a retread of things. It's just, I don't want to spoil what it is, but those of you who know, it's not really that impressive. I think one of the biggest problems with this movie too, especially if you're going to rewatch it a second or a third time, which I haven't, is that the movie makes you go back over the plot and retread the plot a bunch of different times because the story is told from different perspectives that overlap, and it starts to get to the point where it gets a little frustrating having to rewatch the same shit happening from a different perspective several times. I don't really understand, I guess this is supposed to be a metaphor for gun control. There's this scene where there's a AR-15 cloud above a house. I'm not really sure what that was supposed to be. It just, I don't know, if there was some sort of political message about gun control or Sandy Hook or whatever they were trying to do here, I don't really think it landed. I don't really think it was that coherent, but people will tell you that it was in there somewhere. I think one of the biggest problems with this movie is the fact that it's set in the modern day, because there's no way there would only be two fucking Ring cameras or two CCTV cameras in this city in 2025. There's just no fucking way. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but most people, or at least a significant portion of people, I would say like 1 in 3 or 1 in 5 in my experience. Now, maybe because I live in Canada and it's fallen to shit, maybe it's higher, but I imagine in the States it's even a higher percentage of people have these cameras and these surveillance systems. And I mean, come on. They would have been able to track where they went to. And I just find it so implausible that nobody searched that house and that the cops just like let it go, because it was such a sketch bag. Like, the parents aren't fucking talking. This is the one and only kid that wasn't abducted. And really, I got like some of the scenes in it are good and are compelling for sure. I thought the stuff with like the cop chasing the drug addict guy, I thought that was compelling. Some of the stuff with the teacher, some of her scenes were good. But I'm just gonna go into the spoilers of it now. The witch character, I just don't think it's a satisfying payoff. Like, I don't like it as a resolution to all of this. I just wish it was something more. And maybe that's not the movie's fault. Maybe it's the way people reacted, the way this has been built up. But I just felt like with this witch character, it just wasn't that special. It wasn't that intriguing. And then just the way it pays off with the kids like eating her and ripping her to fucking pieces. And it's just like so comical towards the end. I just didn't care for it. I'd still say that this movie is better than Sinners for sure. Far more enjoyable, far faster paced. It certainly felt shorter. I'm not sure the exact runtime of the picture. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. It's definitely worth a watch, just to see what the hullabaloo is about, I guess. But this is one of these movies that's just a victim of its own hype, a victim of people just overpraising it and trying to find things in it that I just don't really think are there. All right, well, that's our weapons review. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.